Solve the same problem over and over. The problem named is the problem solved. All confrontation is a search for the truth. Healthy relationships include both confrontation and appreciation. A courageous, skillful confrontation is a gift, a vein of gold worth mining. That is the page right after the page directed to read 163. That was the page that we read on the last video. But 62, this behavior is hurtful. This is the result. This is the result it is producing. This is what's at stake. In Soto voice, where else is this behavior showing up in your life, and what results is it producing there? Michael and Joe, a friend and colleague, told me about his college-age son, Joe. Michael loved Joe deeply, yet didn't currently feel connected to him, didn't feel that their conversation had heft or meaning. Michael decided that he needed to go down to the conversational staircase with Joe no matter what they might discover in the basement. So he invited Joe to lunch and told him what he was feeling. Joe asked, "How long have you felt this way?" Not connected. To his surprise, Michael heard himself answer, "Since you were in the 3rd grade." Joe gulped. "That's a long time, Dad." Michael thought about that time so long ago when you started 3rd grade. You didn't want to go to school, so every morning I would play catch with you. I'd throw the ball toward the school, and you'd run out to catch the ball and then throw it back. Each throw would take us closer to school. Finally, we'd be out front, and I'd roll the ball through the door. You'd run in the door, pick up the ball, wave at me, and disappear. As Michael shared his memory, I want to share my memory, and I want to protect